Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are
My name is Cynthia Ng'eno.
you?
I'm a student currently.
Okay.
I'm also a puppeteer, a director,
Okay.
a script writer, and my focus today coming to the book club or the book plug was because of the book that you had enlisted, which is Decolonizing the Mind.
Yes, true.
And during my studies, that was one of the books that I was given to do a book review on.
Ah, great.
Yeah, so I borrowed the book in the library, but returned it. So I know a little bit about it, but I'm really interested in knowing more about it and actually listening and gaining a lot of insights from everyone today.
Ah, great. Thank you so much. You're welcome on this platform. There's a platform about books. But before, I really wanted to share a story. Hii story imeniwasha sana. So the book is about languages and our language and the importance of embracing who we are. And this took me, by the time, when people were reading here, the concentration, the sprint, the reading sprint, it took me back to primary school. You remember that session after lunch? You know, in most public schools, when you also public. Did you go to public?
No.
Hey, I'm sorry. We the public guys, let me address. I know you're watching and you are there and someone here. So we the public guys, let me tell you, afternoon was the close of business. Ikifika saa saba hivi, the teachers are in the staff room discussing politics and punishing the criminals.
Wow.
And now this was the hardest time for backbenchers and the likes. It was the hardest time because, the teachers are not coming to class. So basically that means the class rep or the monitor and the prefect are in charge. And that means they have a chance to prove a point to the administration that they made the right call. So that's where now they have to make sure that they have at least 2 lists, noisemakers and vernacular speakers.
Wow.
Yes, especially with the people who studied in the villages down there. I know you can't relate down there. There are schools. So you find that our class rep was very unique. For her, she knew that she was targeting to be the head girl in the school, so she had to be extra. So instead of having the noisemakers list and the vernacular speaking list, she went ahead and be innovative and came up with 2 more lists. The first one, latecomers. Not in the morning, in between the lessons, transitions, umetoka break, umechelewa, she had a list.
Wow.
And then she had another one called the agents of air pollution. You can't relate. I know you can't relate that one. The agents of air pollution, these were the people who spoil the air for the law-abiding reading citizens like her.
How would you know someone did that?
Now, for her as a leader, she had mechanism. She knew that bad smell always come from back there. So the backbenchers were the victims. So anyway, away with the story. So her list, the 3 lists, they were not just lists. There is one that you even prayed not to be there. The vernacular speaking list, because the punishment was so brutal. And you see, in those classes, there were always those guys wenye ukimwangalia tu anaongeanga Kikuyu. Huyu hata jina. There's a guy alikuwa anaitwa Juthe. So Juthe, even the name tells you, Juthe hawezi ongea Kizungu. So for Juthe, for the class rep for you to end up in the list, haikuwa lazima uongea Kikuyu. Sometimes you just have to. She was using assimilation and association. If you associate with Juthe, definitely you can't be speaking English. So you end up in the list. Assimilation is if Juthe borrows you something and you respond. How did you respond? You get?
Yes.
So that list was like you don't want to be in that list. Because the punishment also was so brutal to a point that after being caned, you were sent to the school store, unachukua panga na jembe. Ati really? Kwani hujaifanya punishment? Guys, okay, tulikuwa nachukua panga na jembe, you go and spend the rest of your evening as other people are playing. So what hiyo ilikuwa inafanya, it's psychological torture to us.
Primary school.
The primary.
I think whatever you're saying, I can relate it only in high school, but not entirely all of it.
Okay.
Just a little span. Vernacular speaking. In our school, it was not vernacular speaking. It was Swahili speaking on Mondays to Thursdays. Because in the school that I was in, primary school, on Monday to Wednesday, you're allowed to talk in English. On Thursday, purely Swahili.
Okay.
And then on a Friday, it's French. Saturday and Sunday, you're allowed to speak your vernacular language, whatever you want.
Which school is that?
Sotic Academy.
Hey, guys, clap for that school. That's so...
Yeah.
Okay.
We had Maasais, we had Kikuyus, we had Kalenjins, but the Kalenjins were a lot in that school. So even the reason why I went to that school is because I used to study in Nairobi, right?
Okay.
From class 1 to class 8.
Okay.
So I had to repeat class 8 in that school so that I'm able to speak Kalenjin.
Good.
Yeah.
At least. The reason why I gave that story is because the punishment you are being given is simply because you are speaking something that you didn't choose to speak, Kikuyu.
That was now in high school.
That was in high school.
What was your punishment?
High school?
Yeah.
High school, we were construction workers. We were constructing and sweeping and building.
We used to have tags for us.
Tags.
And unfortunately for me, I used to give the tags myself.
You were a class rep?
I am so... Not a class rep. They used to call it language representative. And I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed of that.
Okay.
Because right now I can talk English and Swahili, but not fluent Kalenjin.
Perfect. That's the reason why we have you here. You see, guys, you were asking where did the class reps and prefects work on the hour.
See, me, I promise, guys, it's not.
So, Ng'eno, the point was, you didn't choose to be born a Kale. I didn't choose to be born whoever I am.
Yeah.
And it's something that came naturally. God bless you with that.
Yes.
Why are you being punished for that? Okay, let me rephrase the question. Why were you giving people tags for speaking who they are, for being real?
So first of all, I was nominated for that.
But you could have said no.
Unfortunately, I'm amongst the people who went to public high schools, which was really ruthless. Actually, getting confidence out here was after, I think I would say in primary school, the school I went. But in high school, you were really diminished for that. Talking out was being rude. So if I had to go to the administration to tell them that I think it's not really good for this and this, mind you, my parents have taken me out of Nairobi to go to that Sotika Academy to learn Kalenjin. And then now I go to this high school, which is also in Bomet County, and I'm not supposed to talk Kalenjin. But if I give someone else that badge, the administration wants me to do that. So I think it wasn't a good thing. So for me, in that school, I wouldn't talk Kalenjin. I wasn't even perfect in that. So even more reason why the administration chose Cynthia to give out the whole thing.
Okay. So you were nominated.
I didn't want that. Yes, I am very against that.
Now that you are here. Now, let's talk about the issue of language, because when reading this book, I found out that Ngũgĩ is insisting so much in our language, the importance of embracing our own language.
Yes.
And there is a point that I read and really caught up with me, is saying that language is not just an identity mark, It's also a tool that is used by powerful people to control the masses. Did you get that point?
Yes.
For instance, the colonizers came and then realized that they found 1,000 different languages in Africa. And they were trying to give instruction. All they were getting, nobody, they didn't know if these people are dumb or they're rebellious.
Yes.
So the first thing they did, they had to teach us their language, instruction. A lot of people say that the first tool or the best tool for colonization was the whips and religion. But to me, I think the dictionary was the first one, because they came with that. Now, in relation to what is currently happening at the moment, do you think the many languages we have, is it working to our disadvantage? And I'll face my question this way. We have superpower countries. For instance, we have Japan, we have China, we have the USA. These people have a common language.
Sure.
They have a common language. Okay, they have variety, but there is a language that they are identified with. And they have really developed. And if you come to Africa, there's no country that has less than 10 languages.
Sure.
Do you think language is a barrier towards our development as Africans?
I would say yes, and I would say no. So me saying yes, that language is a barrier, is because I have friends, or I've had people talking about, you've had a chance of going out of the country to maybe, let's say, Pakistan or China, but they really want you to do Chinese. Okay? So not everyone is a really linguistic out here or really quick to learn. Okay? Like someone like me who just is really good at only 2 languages, if I haven't even learned my mother tongue, what do you mean I'm going to learn Spanish and learn French and Chinese for me to get that? You get? And maybe that chance that I could have gotten out there would really have helped my community. And where I will say no is because I'm speaking now as, I would say, a theater practitioner, since I've gone to schools who are deaf and people who do not talk, deaf and dumb, okay? And I've actually seen a lot of progress in schools with students who do not talk. So they do not have any language at all. Swahili, English, Kalenjin, Kikuyu, they do not know any of that thing. But if you look at how they work, how they operate, it's not really necessarily that you have to talk or you have a certain language for you to progress. Also, if you look at Kikuyu people in Kenya, I'm going to say this because you're all Kenyans, right? Most of the people say that Kikuyus are really good in business. Why? If, for example, how many languages do you know? You've been a Kikuyu right now.
I know Kikuyu, English, Kiswahili.
Can you understand Kamba?
Yes, I hear.
I
can.
So a lot of Kikuyu people actually are linguistic, I might say. I don't know why. We need to do a research on that.
Okay.
But a lot of Kikuyu people are linguistic. A Kikuyu can understand Kamba, understand Embu, understand Kalenjin also. Yeah. For example, your girlfriend, right? She knows Kalenjin.
And she does?
She does. She does.
Oh, wow. Go on. What else does she know?
So, and if you look at our economy in Kenya, a lot of people, it's not, I'm not going to say this is people skeptical, people who say ati Wakikuyu wanajua biashara. But kuangalia tu kweli, Kikuyus are really good in their business. They know how to really talk, really maneuver in every place. Ukienda pale ukose Mkikuyu, they normally say that. Ama uende unafanya course fulani, and there's no Kikuyu there. You know you're doing a really bad course. And that's not just because of anything, because these Kikuyu people really know how to move with people, and it's because of language. I would say it's because of language. So, so it's a yes, and also it's a no for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming to the reality on the ground, Chris there mentioned that when he was reading, he could all just see professor on the streets with the banners and demonstrating, and we have seen a lot of that on the streets right now.
Sure.
Do you think the language, or maybe the language brings the division that we only demonstrate and we can't really do something meaningful? We don't have, we are disunited totally. Do you think it's a contribution?
You know, when I read Decolonizing the Mind, there's a part where Ngũgĩ was saying language is identity and it's also culture. Okay?
Yeah.
So when I say disunity, I do not think kama Gen Zs. Let me talk like a Gen Z. Sidhani kama language ni shida yetu. Because we all understand each other. Whether you're from what part of the country, we all know we have a focus. So whether there's a different type of language, whether you're from what part of the country, the language is the same. Okay. Yeah.
Now, let us finalize with a question, a scholar question, because now you are a scholar. And we have, to me, according to me, after reading this book, I found out that we usually criticize the Tanzanians for not knowing to speak in good English, of which I'm not defending them. They should learn. But I learned that Tanzania is the only country in the entire continent that embraces Kiswahili as their first language of instruction.
Sure.
Children are being instructed in primary school using Kiswahili.
Sure.
As in Kenya, when we are learning 1 + 1, 3 × 4, they are learning kujumlisha, kuongeza, kuondoa. And then now the second language of instruction, which is English, now comes after they have graduated to secondary school. So that's why sometimes we usually see as if they are so much united. It's because of language. Go study about that. I challenge you to do that.
United, really? I sometimes what united with everything that is happening?
Anyway,
that's kwa language, maybe.
Yes. So I tend to lean on the other side of saying that maybe our language, our diversity in language, can be a weapon formed against us. That's what I thought. And yeah, that's what I got from Decolonizing the Mind.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking about Tanzanians and their Swahili, Sahi Kenya, we have a different types of Swahili.
Okay.
Kiswahili ya Nairobi hapa, si kama kule kwa bara kule.
Yeah.
So your producer will say that. If you go there to Mombasa, they are talking in some accent, right?
Yeah.
And if you come to Nairobi CBD, how we talk here, it's different.
Yeah.
If you go to Kibera, if you go to Ghetto, kule ndani they also have Sheng.
Okay.
So kuna hii evolution ya nini ya language. Na mimi the biggest question I got from the book is because when Ngũgĩ was writing this, I don't remember the publishing date, but obviously it's not recent, it's kitambo. And whatever he was facing at that moment was the colonialism that was continuing and him urging people to actually embrace our culture and everything and our languages. But as we speak right now, there's a lot of radicalization that is happening, right? So we have investors from outside Kenya, international. For example, even our guest of honor today, is he from Kenya?
Yeah.
He's from Kenya. Brian.
Oh, he's half Kenyan. He has some roots in Kenya.
But where did he come from today?
Yeah.
Ametoka wapi?
Ametoka huko.
Si ndio? Sasa tukiangalia vizuri how everything is happening, ukisoma kitabu ya Ngũgĩ sahi 2025 utakuja kupata uko in conflict even as a person kwa sababu wanakuambia learn your language. Sisi tulikuwa tunaambiwa shika kikali lakini kusema ukweli sahi kikali yangu nitapeleka wapi? Nitaongelesha kikali alafu it's a sense of identity but at the moment because most of the people will not. It's not that I will get married to a Kalenjin. Let's go there.
It's getting personal.
So if for my kids to know Kalenjin, I need to be fluent in Kalenjin, right? And for me to know Kalenjin or the little Kalenjin that I know is because both my parents were Kalenjin. But with everything going on right now in the world, intermarriages, people even getting married outside Kenya, how are we gonna keep our culture or that language that we talk in? Culture is different from language, but language is an aspect of culture, right? Yeah. So if you're going to be saying our own languages, kwa sababu sasa hata ukiangalia shule, the primary school that mlikuwa mnachapwa, I don't think it's happening right now. It may be in very few areas, but largely it's not that. So there's a question that has to rise from the book. That's why I'm here today to know, because I was in conflict with myself reading the book. If you're saying that we need to preserve our languages, our, how are we going to, how is that gonna do with our progress as a country, as a person, as a writer,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ng'eno. I think you've really contributed to this. Thank you. Let's clap for Ng'eno as she ascends. Thank you so much. Wish you luck.
Thank you.
Yes. Wow. Another clap. I can see people are celebrating there. Yes, that was Decolonizing the Mind. A lot of questions and answers we've done here. I hope we've benefited. If you have any opinion or suggestion, you can always comment. We'll open the comment section and then you'll also give us your view.